Hi Pisces, this is a general reading for the sign of Pisces. This is the fifth dimension, and I am going to bring forward someone who is significant in your life who is past. How this works is I need you to pray and meditate, either while you're listening or beforehand for future readings, and that way I receive the energy and that person steps forward. And I have had this happen multiple times. I have been doing this for a long time for people. I never used cards beforehand. I just did it all intuitively. I made my own decks because I have my own system mentally, and the divine and I have an agreement that if I shuffle and things fall to the floor, that I take them. So I have been utilizing cards recently to bring out finite characteristics. I'm going to bring out their eye color, some letters that represent them, some numbers that are representative of them, a little bit of their story, a little bit of their energy occupationally, and just as a person. So I hope to bring forth your loved one. And like I said, if it doesn't work this time, hit subscribe, pray and meditate, and it will bring your person forward. Now you can watch this as a Pisces yourself, or if the person who is passed is a Pisces, you can watch it that way also. So these are all timeless. They never expire. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I found this beautiful card amongst a deck that I don't use, and it says, your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you and to prove they're with you at this time. So I thought, what a coincidence that this card was in my deck. I have never noticed it before. I don't think you can see it, but you heard me read it. So just know that this is something that they want to do for you. It brings some light to your loss and your grief. And so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Let me pause this a second and review the cards. All right, Pisces, so I have coming forward a mother, a woman. This woman was married twice. She got married fairly young. She was a fairly abundant person. Either her husband at the time made money or she inherited some family money, but she was very stable in her life. She received some sad news, which gave her an inheritance, which I believe was the first husband. And she ended up burying him, possibly in 2000, possibly. Anyways, and then she remarried. Well, before she remarried, though, she went through quite an adjustment. She moved her home. She might have moved right around Christmas time. If that sounds significant to you, let's see. So she met a significant male before Christmas, and then she ended up marrying him. And she did inherit money from from burying her first husband, but the person that she married also was financially stable. So she was just good all around. She passed before her second husband. I believe he's still alive. That's what my cards show. But what I'm saying is he was alive for a fact when she passed. Her second husband did not pass before her. Okay, he's doing well. I also got. Let's get into significant characteristics. Her energy as a person was very good communicator. She was a storyteller. She talked a lot. She might have been told at work that she talked too much. She liked to have fun, even if it was at work. I kind of got this feeling, though, that she possibly didn't um, have to work very hard. In other words, in the sense that she was able to do what she loved, um, versus a like a career as an attorney, which is so demanding and time wise and things like that. She did work, but it was a career that she loved. And I'll go into that in just a minute. Okay, I have that she was cremated and her urn was black, um, which I usually don't get black. I usually get brown as a color or beige as a color, but I have black for her container that contained her ashes. Um, let's see. She did not like conflict and confrontation at all. She did have trouble saying no and setting boundaries, but she was just a fun-loving, happy woman. And let me get into even more specifics so that you can confirm. I have a bowl of marbles. Let me move my drink. And they represent eye color, and I'm going to pull an eye color. All right, I have that she had some gold in her eyes. So kind of like a light hazel, possibly, really pretty. A light hazel eye, so it was probably significantly brown with some of these gold streaks coming through her eye color. This is why I thought that she really did what she loved, because I've always wanted to do this. Did she work in a bakery? She was the cashier. She also baked things. She also ran the counter. I mean, she might have owned it, possibly, but was the cashier. She was the baker, um, and loved it. I mean, her customers loved to come in, and they were always greeted with big smiles. I also have that she might have been a crossing guard, just kind of as something to do, or during a transition period of her life between the first husband and the second husband. She might have worked as a crossing guard, possibly, or some kind of a police type thing that you wear a uniform, but I'm not sure she was actually in the police department per se, but she worked representative of an authority figure at some point in that way. Like I said, I keep getting crossing guard. She also restored furniture. This was something that she possibly didn't do as a business, but it was something that she enjoyed doing. She did it mostly for herself or friends or family. So just her creative side with her baking and everything, and then she took that to furniture, possibly, is what I'm getting. And so she just was a very creative, talented, beautiful spirit of energy here. And let me go ahead and show you the letters that I got. Now, these letters are representative of her. These will represent her first, middle, last name, maiden name, one of her two married names, both married names, a nickname. You might see something else in here that resonates with you. One thing that I have never had happen before is I made a deck of cards A through Z. I had 4, now they are shuffled and used and used and used. So they have not been in ABC order, probably except the first time I created them, which was months ago. I just couldn't believe this. And so I just want to show this. And, I think, okay, UVWX. I mean, these 4 cards fell out together in order. What that means to me is that it might be representative of her baking. In other words, when you bake, you follow specific steps. Like instead of A, B, C, D, here they have U, V, W, X. So, I don't know why, but I just couldn't believe that and felt that that was something that you might know what this means, or that this could represent her ability to bake and the ingredients. Maybe she was the person that, since this is the end of the alphabet, maybe she was the person that put the item in the oven. Maybe she was the person that decorated the item after it was baked. or made the icing or sprinkled on what needed to be sprinkled on. So that's kind of how I take that. So I don't force anything to fit, but you kind of have to think outside the box because this is spirit talking to us. So without forcing things to fit, you do have to be broad-minded in that sense. Let's see, I also have the letters L, N, and R. So of course U, V, W, X, if any of those letters are representative of her name or her address, the name of her street, maybe those encompass her state. But here is L, N, R. So this could be representative of her first, middle, last name, maiden names, either of the two married names. All right. When I asked for letters, I'm looking for a birth month of this person, a death month of this person, or any day of the month that can represent either of those events. You might also see some letters that represent months. Could be the month that she got married. So this could represent January, this could represent June, this could represent February and the 22nd. Day. So these 4 numbers. And I shuffle the deck and I let whatever falls. Sometimes 7 fall, sometimes 3 fall. I never take less than 3. So these 4 fell out, 22, 1, 6, and 2. She might have had 2 children. She might have had 1 child in her first marriage. 2 children in her first marriage, 1 in her second. Or something might have happened in 2006, 2002, 2001, the passing of one of her spouses. 22 years of age might have been when she got married the first time, and I actually believe that is correct because the start of her story, that card has a 2 at the top. So we have 2, 2, 2, 2 if you add in the card that came out for her. So that's significant. All right. And then this is really my favorite part, and that is if she could say anything to you right now, what would she say to you? And I have a special deck of cards for that. And I let them fall to the ground after I shuffle them, and the divine, that's the agreement that I take those. And so they're on the floor, and they will mean something to you. And these are also supposed to, or I have the hopes that they will bring you some light and some happiness. She wants to say to you, I had to leave that way. Do you know what she means by that? That's something personal between you and her. I'm just passing the message. And then she also says, remember me by the happy memories we created. So you probably have some pictures of her and possibly your children or her and you, that you look at and cherish. She's also telling you to go ahead and cry, that tears cleanse the soul. You may be trying to hold back your grief, and the best thing to do is to cry and release the hurt and the heartache. And this, I think, is one of the beautiful messages of all, because this is exactly my purpose of doing this, is to let you know. She said, I have become one of your guides. And even though that is the basis of my whole channel, that I want to let you know that you are not without this loved one, that they now are one of your earth guides, and know that they are beside you still at this moment. I never pull this card, hardly ever. So I really feel this is total confirmation that your mom is one of your guides, always will be. This is different than your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is assigned to you at birth. So this is an extra level of love and protection for you. And just know that she's with you. She loves you. And I know you miss her. And I hope that this brought a smile to your face and some light to your loss. I love you. God bless you. And check out future and past readings if this did not resonate. Thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email address is in the box below, and hit subscribe if you would. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.